After some technical difficulties, there's all kinds of confusion here, but it is a 31-22 lead, and East Georgia basketball on their own end has a lot of discussion going on in front of the score table between Coach Samantha Paradise O'Malley and one of the referees. So with 3:35 to go here in the opening half, East Georgia will bring the basketball towards the front court with O'Neill handling it. We apologize for the difficulties, a new stream put up so that we can provide you. And there is an offensive foul as Bowen takes the charge. McLeod with it, finds the cutting, back door, lays it up and in. The old-fashioned three-point play. Bowen getting crushed as she went up for the layup. And don't know what the disagreement it is from the East Georgia bench. It cannot be that call as she completes the three-point play. That was a clear, obvious foul, so obviously something that the coaches from the East Georgia could not be complaining about that, but there's been a lot of discussion while we were gone by both coaches about calls, non-calls, decisions, and non-decisions. But as they say, as Paulo steals it away, she goes to the rack, she'll lay it up, and good veteran play by the sophomore Casey Paulo, getting Clune up in the air, and now she'll go to the line. And Paulo, with the first one on the way, puts it up and in. Paulo just about 60% from the charity stripe on the year, but she has been very good from three-point range at 30, almost 31% coming into today's game. Looking to cut this in, and second one up and good. So it's now a 27-31 disadvantage for Andrew College. East Georgia leading. Both teams in the bonus. Andrew will be in the double bonus with the next foul by the visitors, the Bobcats. And O'Neill handling it, driving to the rack. And offensive foul as Bowen back-to-back. And she is down, the trainer's out. We'll step away here. In just a moment, we'll be back. As Bowen gets back up, she seems to be good and back. We bring you back here. Back-to-back charges taken by Amber Bowen, and she took a little while to get back up, but she looks to be in good working order on the end of the bench. She may be concerned about how she's going to look tomorrow, but looks like she's going to be okay, and that's the important thing. As Andrew battling back, trailing 27-31. They have the basketball. 2.5 minutes to go here in the opening half from Jinx Gymnasium. McLeod, Grisson, Deja Barnes, Paulo, and the newcomer on the court is Deja Barnes. Up and in by Grisson. So we've seen Deja Bandit, Deja Barnes, Deja Smith. So the three Dejas all getting action here, but here on the other end, O'Neal to Clune. Looking down low to Burnett. Throws one up, no good. Grisson with the rebound. Up forward to Paulo. Now to McLeod. Grisson flashes, wants it, gets it, and throws one up and short, but mishandled amongst 4 Bobcats. Goes out of bounds. And it'll be Andrew basketball underneath their own basket, with Deja Barnes to inbound. Smith over to Grisson, now back to Smith. Smith will drive in, throws one up, traveled. So Sams will come back in, replacing Burnett for the Bobcats. And into the game for Andrew College now is Janine Johnson sneaking in, the Texas native. Clune spinning away from Paulo, throws one over to Sams, and Sams dribbles it off her own leg under pressure by Deja Barnes and Paulo. So McLeod. Well, lots of time here, 66 seconds to go in the half. Paulo for 3, off the rim, no good. Grisson can't get it, but it'll stay now turnover, to East Georgia on the mishandle from the rebound. And Janine Johnson out defending, and throwing it down to Sams, and Johnson now fouled as Johnson looked like she came across the arm. So Sams to the line here with a 1 or 2 point lead, 1 possession. She rattles the first one off the front of the rim, no good. Just 44% on the season is Sams from the charity stripe, but in conference play, this game, a conference game, she's only shooting 36%. So not her specialty is Sams at the charity stripe. It's supposed to be a free trip. Second one is good. So 1 of 2. Now McLeod, couple possessions left in this half. Now coming out to pressure, gets it to Grisson. Pressuring defense from the Bobcats. McLeod over to Paulo. Under double team, step back, throws it, turnover, collected by Lacey. Lacey finger roll, short arms it, but gets her own rebound, pops it out. And back to Lacey, and she'll throw up a 3 off the rim, no good. Kirsten Thomas gets it to Paulo with 13 seconds to go here in the half to Grissom. Grissom down low, off the layup and no good, and collected by Jack. And so final possession, throws it up and off the side of the rim, no good. So at the half, 32-29 in favor of the visitors. So at the half, it's a close ball game, 3-point game. So we're going to step away in a little bit. But here at Jinx Gymnasium, it is a 3-point ball game. So back here at Jenks Gymnasium, it's halftime. We're about 60 seconds away from second half. 32-29 in favor of the Bobcats. Should be easy for an Athens, Ohio native like myself to say the Bobcats. But at half, Andrew College received 11 points from Casey Paulo in the first half. 3 3-pointers and a pair of shots from the charity stripe. McIntyre has been very quiet. If I'm reading the book right, she's got 3 points all from the charity stripe. She's 3 of 6 from the foul line. Thomas, who got the start and made a 3-pointer and then ran the floor and got a layup, has 5 points. And then 1 point from Grissom. A basket for 2 points from Grissom. And 5 points from Bowen. Looking forward to our broadcast coming up here from ACDN on Wednesday. The baseball team will take on Chattahoochee Valley. That's a single game on Wednesday. And then on Saturday, they play Gulf Coast in a doubleheader. That'll be from Horde. Followed up by baseball starting out March against West Georgia Tech on Tuesday. And then Thursday we'll take on softball, also against West Georgia. The softball game will be a doubleheader. So we got 20 minutes remaining in the ball game. And it is a one-possession basketball game here. Andrew College trailing. Thomas looking to add to those 5. Off the rim, no good. So Jack O'Neal, not Jack O'Neal, but Jack and O'Neal, along with Clune, Sams, and Tillman, the 5 out there for East Georgia. We'll get the Tigers set here in just a minute. Jack over to Clune. 3 on the way, off the rim, no good. Good box out by McIntyre. So Thomas, Paulo, Finnegan, McIntyre, and with the basketball throwing it up at the rim was Bowen, are the 5 for Andrew College here. On the wing, looking down low, and swinging it back out to Jack. Now Clune, she loves the 3. This time not so. McIntyre can't collect it, and it rolls off of Sams. Sams on the sideline and rolls on the sideline out of bounds. Will be Andrew basketball. Thomas to Finnegan, swinging it over, and getting it was Bowen. Bowen driving, in amongst, throws one up, and a lot of contact, but nothing called there. So we'll go to the other end with Clune handling the basketball. She had 12 points in the first half, did Clune. Little spin move, little finger roll, oop-de-daisy, no good. And McIntyre with the rebound. I love how Clune is all upset about the no call. When on the other end, she doesn't mind getting in and having some contact. Thomas throws up the 3, no good. Off the fingertips of Sams, and it will be Andrew basketball. As they say, you have to be careful what you wish for. Clune wanting the foul on one end. She likes to play physical defense. Thomas fakes it. Down low to McIntyre now, trying to get it over to Finnegan. Comes back to Thomas. And now to Smith, Deja Smith in to Finnegan. Can't get it to Thomas. And this time we'll try again, and it will be deflected by Sams out of bounds. here goes McIntyre to the rack. Throws one up, no good, and collected by Leland. Over to Clune, and back to Jack. Popping out is Leland, now over to Jack. Or, excuse me, that's O'Neal. Paulo guarding Clune. Clune with the size advantage has to get it off and throws it up short off the rim, gets her own rebound as Tillman. She goes back and misses the second one. And a little extracurricular after the play was Tillman. But it's Andrew basketball on the other end, throwing it up, big contact. And no call, just absolute interesting possession here. And Thomas throws one up, no good off the rim. She gets it back, though, off the turnover. And Smith from deep, in and out, no good. Collected by Leland. Thomas, three, get it, got it, good. Kirsten Thomas for three, 32 all here, 15:35 to go in the ball game. Or maybe we should start saying regulation. We've had a lot of ties. Jack will drive behind the back dish and off the rim, no good. Paulo will get it. Crossover and will slow it down. Now over to Finnegan. She'll bring it back out, give it to Barnes. Thomas feeling it. No good this time, and Clune will get the rebound. Down low, easy up and in, and basket. Got a 30-second timeout here. We'll keep it right here. Back and forth we go. It's a 2-point lead for East Georgia, the Bobcats. As it's been very, very interesting here in the first almost, 5 minutes and 10 seconds of this half. A lot of just confusion and mishandling. Both teams have had some players check in. Lacey's checked in for East Georgia. And for Andrew College, it's Paulo, McLeod, Smith, McIntyre, and Carrie Grisson. Grisson with those high socks up to the knees. So 2-point ball game here from the Jinx Gymnasium on sophomore day. Looking down for McIntyre, deflected. They're playing her tight. And Clune, under pressure, will get it over to O'Neal. O'Neal pressured by McLeod and McIntyre. And now, McIntyre called for the foul. So Jackie Finnegan will come back in, replacing Deja Smith. O'Neal guarded by McLeod. And hedging and recovering was McIntyre. Clune throwing one wildly around. And McLeod will be called for the foul on the wild drive by Clune. Dominique Clune, 67% from the charity stripe, throws that one up and looked very nice stroke. Second one is on the way, and that looks a much better shooter than 67%. Ironically, she's only 61% from the charity stripe in conference play coming into today's game. Finnegan looking down low, can't get it. Now to McLeod, switching it around, looking for that backdoor cut. And now we'll find Finnegan. Little pull-up jumper from the wing, and good. And still within 2 points are the Fighting Tigers here. Full court, trapping press, and just over the fingertips of McIntyre. Not often do you see Carrie Grissom get beat. And getting the defense down to Grissom. Being press. The safety. Now she'll come over and try and trap. Almost, McLeod almost gets it. She's a defensive specialist, is Sierra McLeod. She's not going to rank up high in your points per game, but McLeod, 50 steals on the season, 2.2 a game in 23 games played this year. So Lacey with the basketball. Dribbles, loses the handle, stumbles, and McLeod can't pick it up. And so Andrew will come to the other end of the court and play defensive again. New 30-second shot clock. For East Georgia, and Lacey will come out after taking the spill on the court on that turnover. Tillman gets it to Clune. Clune under pressure, over to Jack. Jack drives down, throws it in the post underneath pressure. McLeod there, jump ball. And it will stay with East Georgia. So McIntyre took a quick break. And will come in now for Casey Paulo. And Clune pops out for three and rings it up from distance. So back up to now a 5-point lead as the Fighting Tigers come to the other side. Finnegan over to Grissom. Grissom swinging around to Finnegan. Now McLeod. Back to Finnegan. Off the glass, no good. Can't get it. Gets her own rebound. And she'll pull it back out. Ticking towards 12 minutes remaining in regulation. McLeod to McIntyre. Down low. Back out to McLeod. And to McIntyre. Now Finnegan. 13 on the shot clock. Grissom pops out to McLeod. Wants the three. Got it. Yes, she does. She won it. She said, give it to me. And back within 2 points, Sierra McLeod. Her first three-pointer of the season, attempted or made. If I'm seeing that, or correct me on that, I am inaccurate. 7 of 37 from three-point range coming into that one. But that one looked a sweet stroke. Bottom of the net. Now at the other end, Tillman to the charity stripe. Paulo coming in for Andrew College. And up and in, good. Now a 43-39 lead, 4-point basketball game. McLeod to Finnegan. And back now to Grissom. Short, gets her own rebound. Back out to McLeod. Wants it. Doesn't get it this time. Bounces around and finally collected by East Georgia. And Clune over to O'Neill. Now Clune throws one down to Jack. Jack over the outstretched arms of Grisson. And up to a 6-point lead here with 10:43 to go in the ballgame. And Finnegan popping loose when O'Neill fell down on the interchange, but not able to take advantage. And the pass intended for McLeod stolen away, and then McIntyre gets it back. She goes to the rack. And lots of arms coming across Chelsea McIntyre, and she'll go to the charity stripe to add to her point total. And the foul is on Jack. McIntyre averaging a double-double on the season. Throws that one up and off the front of the rim, no good. In conference play, McIntyre 12.9 points a game to go along with 8.9 rebounds. But through the whole season, 12 points and 10.1 rebounds a game. Averaging a double-double is McIntyre. Second one rattles in and good. And Amber Bowen will come back in the game, replace Carrie Grisson. So O'Neill handling the ball. And that was an easy call, over and back. She came into the near court and threw it back to Clune. And discussion. And now they're going to revert the call that was so easy to make. All you have to do is watch it later here on ACDN. Still discussion going on. Are they going to revert it? Are they going to change it? Are they going to... They're going to change the shot clock. Don't like to say it, but that is a missed call. Very, very big miss by the men in stripes to put 22 seconds on the shot clock. 11-point lead. Finnegan. Andrew will have to battle through this adversity. Things don't always go your way. And now over to McLeod. McLeod for three off the rim. Finnegan will track it down. Now to Finnegan in the corner. Long, no good. Picked up by Tillman. And O'Neill will bring it across. Just about 9 and change remaining here in the ball game. 7-point lead for East Georgia. Over to Clune, guarded by Paulo. And batted away and stolen by Paulo. Up to McIntyre running the court. And basket is good. Clune coming across the head of McIntyre. And just going to be a regular foul. Didn't look like she played the basketball there. As this is one of those games where if you're not careful, we're going to take a full timeout. You got to be careful, not let this one get out of hand. We'll be back in just a moment from Jinx Gymnasium. Back here at Jinx Gymnasium, under 9 minutes to go. Chelsea McIntyre at the line after a foul on Clune, which to my recollection has to be 3, but I don't have the normal statistician for us helping us out to let you know exactly. But McIntyre with a chance to cut into this 5-point deficit. Lines up and puts it in. And they will come up in full court press. Gives it off to O'Neal. O'Neal to Clune. Drives in. Continuation. So Clune rumbles to the rack, and we'll go to the line for one more. And Clune trying to use the volleyball line to her advantage to take the free throw on. So they'll make her back up and use that yellow gold foul line. And good thing she wasn't any closer. That might have hit the back of the rim. Good shot. And it's now a 50-43 advantage for the visitors from East Georgia. Smith trying to get it around. Paulo to McLeod. Pressing defense here, trapping. And McLeod will take a timeout. Full timeout. We'll take it with him from Jinx Gymnasium. This is ACDN's broadcast of Region 17 Women's College Basketball. Back here at Jinx Gymnasium, Paulo inbound for Andrew. 8:25 to go. You got 13 seconds on the shot clock. McLeod swings it over, looking back door to McLeod. McIntyre up. And the call traveling on McIntyre. Looked like it was going to be basket and one. And ball rolls around in front of the East Georgia bench, is collected by O'Neal. Got to watch Clune. She's going to pop out for three, guarded by McLeod. Gets past McIntyre, goes to the rack and lays it up. And up to a 9-point lead here for East Georgia. Need some of that first half 5-point run strings by the Tigers. Finds McIntyre down low. And foul is on Tillman. I believe that's her fourth for Tillman. And just the the third of the half. Paulo short. McIntyre gets it and will dribble out of pressure. Gives it to McLeod. Throws up a little finger roll. No good. Off the fingertips of East Georgia. And will stay with Andrew College. And full timeout called here by East Georgia. We'll take it with them from Jinx Gymnasium. This is ACDN's broadcast of Region 17 Women's College Basketball. So back from Jinx Gymnasium. Smith inbounds to McLeod. And over to Smith, who runs in, throws it off the glass, no good. And Jack will throw it up. And now Clune will get it. Finnegan takes over defending. She spins in the lane, puts her head down, throws it off the glass, and just bullies her way to 2 points. And skip pass over to McLeod. Thinks about the three, will get it back. And three on the way, off the back of the rim, no good, collected by O'Neal. So just about 6.5 minutes to go. It's a 9-point ball game still. McLeod gets a hand on it, can't get the steal from O'Neal. Paulo will take over defending as O'Neal's been pounding that basketball in the hardwood for most of the shot clock, and there's 5 left. Now gets a screen. Will go into the lane. Throws one up, no good. There on the rebound and put back, rolls it in, was Tillman. And McIntyre throws one up, no call, throws another one up, lots of contact, no foul either time. And they get this one over and back. As you might be able to hear Coach Brad Childers shouting out instructions, even though his voice is starting to get pretty hoarse here. McLeod to Grissom. Looking for Paulo. Will step back. Backdoor cut, stolen away by Tillman. And here comes Clune. Way out in front to Jack. And out of bounds. So we're stuck on a 9-point difference, 56-43 with 5:32 to go. Grissom looking at McIntyre. We'll swing it over to Paulo. Pop for three. Pop and good. So now 10-point basketball game. So here comes Clune. Under pressure, gets it over to O'Neal. Trying to wind down this clock. McIntyre guarding. Drives in, and offensive foul on O'Neal. Looks at McIntyre. She's got it now. Trouble. Pops it out to Grissom. Over to McLeod. Fakes the three. We'll back it out. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Paulo and Grissom mishandling it. Paulo has it stolen away, and O'Neal will get it. And McClune will throw up a three and got it. And just like that, back out to a 13-point lead. And timeout taken by Coach Samantha Paradise O'Malley. We'll take it with him. We'll be back here from ACDN. This is Rudy Radiger. Back here at the Jinx Gymnasium, 4:11 to go. And it's a 59-46 lead for the visitors from East Georgia State. Paulo inbounds to McLeod. So it's Bowen who gets the pass there, down to McLeod. Can't get it, and Bowen will get it back. Over to McLeod. Three from McLeod. Got it! Sierra McLeod for three, and back to a 10-point game. Full court press. McIntyre steals to Paulo. Paulo stops and pops, rattles it around, uses the rim, and good. Casey Paulo for two, and now 8-point lead here. Back to single digits, 3:33 to go. O'Neal breaks the press and throws a wild one up and off the glass. Was Sams, and here comes McLeod to the other end. McIntyre looking to get position early down low. McLeod to Finnegan. McLeod looking at McIntyre, can't get it. Bowen over to McLeod, not get it. Finnegan collects the rebound to Bowen. Again to McLeod. Now to Finnegan. Paulo around his screen, not going to get it this time. 19 seconds, over to Bowen. Drives. Pops out to McLeod. McLeod for three. Banks it in! Oh, that's how you do it. Saturday afternoon, use the bank. Cash it in, and it's back to a 54-61. 7-point. O'Neal to Jack. Jack under pressure. And 10 seconds. The defense pressure, the heat turning up here in the Jinx Gymnasium. And for once, silent, quiet as a mouse was Brad Childers for East Georgia. He'll call timeout, and this home crowd showing their support. It's a full timeout here from Jinx Gymnasium. We'll be back here on ACDN in just a moment. here at Jinx Gymnasium after the 10-second violation. It's Andrew College basketball. They trail 54-61. Finnegan over to Bowen. Bowen gets it blocked, but no foul. She got her down low, did Sams. And Bowen will go to the line for a pair of shots as Sams got her down low. So Bowen, a 57% shooter from the charity stripe on the season, but she's done better in conference play, about 55, 56%. And that one looks sweet. You'd forget that she took back-to-back charges in the first half and got absolutely rocked on the second one with that sweet stroke. So one more. And lines it up and got both of them. So 56-61 is the difference here. 5-point ball game, 2:21 to go. Looking long, but O'Neal in the corner, Grissom and McIntyre chasing. Breaks across the timeline this time. 2:12 to go. O'Neal guarded by McLeod. And now over to Clune. Bullying her way. Throws it up and she'll go to the line for two. Foul is on McIntyre. So Clune puts the first up and shorts it. That time she should have been on the volleyball line. That would have been good from the volleyball line, but that extra, we'll call it a foot, maybe a little bit, a couple inches either way on that. But and this time she puts it deep in and good. So 62-56 on your scoreboard. 2 minutes to go, 120 seconds. Over to Bowen. Paulo trying to get free. They'll find McLeod. Sideline. Now to Bowen. Into pressure, turns it over, and Sams comes out of it for East Georgia. And they'll stay with East Georgia as McIntyre trying to get the steal. And McIntyre, biggest player on the floor for Andrew College, guarding the basketball. Now O'Neal. And they'll call McIntyre for the foul. So out of bounds again. Jack to inbound it. And 5-second call, turnover, be Andrew College basketball. So the defense paying off. Finnegan to inbound to McLeod. To Bowen. And back to McLeod. Under 90 seconds to go. Over in the corner for Paulo. Trying to get away. Looks at the three. Can't get it. Over to McLeod. She'll chuck it up. Rims in and out. No good. Battles around. McIntyre will corral the rebound. And now spins. Bounce pass to the lane, and Bowen goes up. She's fouled. And the foul is on Sams. So both teams will be in the bonus the rest of the way, but this time Bowen to the line shooting two. First one is good. So Bowen helping chip away. Trailing 57-62, 5 points, now make it 4. Back-to-back free throws by Amber Bowen, playing in her final game here. And O'Neal gets loose, gets it in the corner. McLeod and McIntyre. McIntyre almost pokes it away. 62 seconds, and Bowen steals it away, runs it down, lays it up, no good. McLeod can't get it. Bowen picks it up, throws it up off the rim, no good. McIntyre can't get it. O'Neal is fouled and will go to the other end for one in the bonus. So a 4-point game, we walk to the other end for a one in the bonus. So O'Neal puts up the first, rattles it, no good. McIntyre will collect it, and we'll come to the other end. 42 seconds remaining, 4-point ball game. McIntyre over to McLeod. Looking for Paulo, they're guarding her over to Finnegan. Finnegan's gonna try one. From 3, no good. McLeod gets it, thinks about it, we'll get it over to Finnegan. Finnegan not shy, off the rim, no good. Clune gets it, Finnegan steps in, jump ball, and it will be Andrew College basketball on the possession arrow. So 20.8 seconds remaining in regulation. To Sierra McLeod, over to Paulo. Paulo for 3, off the back of the rim. Bowen gets the rebound, throws it up, she's fouled, she'll go to the line for 2. So Amber Bowen, the sophomore from Chi-Town, Chicago, Illinois, will go to the line for 2 more times. And off the back of the rim, no good. So we'll take a timeout with them here at Jinx Gymnasium. 14 seconds to go. Full timeout. We'll take it with them. We'll be back. Final 14 seconds of regulation, and Coach Childers for East Georgia reminding his team, we have no timeouts. That was their final. Bowen with a chance here to cut into this, and off the rim, misses both of them after making 4 straight, and another jump ball will be East Georgia this time. 11.8 seconds to go. Full court pressure. Got to watch the deep play as Sams goes, but covered by Bowen. Throws it. Finnegan can't collect it, and it will stay with East Georgia as an 0.8 of a second wore off. Childers has got to watch himself way out on the court, stomping his feet trying to get his team's attention, but a wry look from the referee as he went by on that one. Going deep, bounces, tippy toes on the line. Jack gets it, and she'll dribble it back. 8 seconds. And 6.3, they'll send O'Neal to the line. 2-possession game here. Even if she makes both of these, it's still a foreseeable 2-possession game. It's a 1-and-1, not a 2 shots here. We're in the bonus. So O'Neal will line up the first and makes it. Now a 5-point game, 6.3 seconds. Second one, rattles it, no good. Finnegan gives it to McLeod. McLeod pushes it forward, 4 seconds, over to Paulo. Paulo throws up a 3, off the rim, no good. And your final score here from the Jinx Gymnasium, a valiant comeback effort here by Andrew College, down by 13, and got very much back into this game, but falling 63-58 in the final home game of the season. And so that's it. And then just send it in. Wanna, as we step away here before we wrap things up, want to remember sophomores Casey Paulo and Amber Bowen, Jackie Finnegan, Chelsea McIntyre and Kirsten Thomas playing in their final games here of the season, but also along with Herring, Bush, and Morgan Jackson, not able to play today, but the sophomores finishing up their careers. So those sophomores concluding their careers here at Andrew College, and a valiant effort to come back, make this a good game. I'm sure they will, as I had a chance to share in the moment prior to the game, their special So got a chance to share in that. But a 63-58 final here, not the way you want to end, but a good effort, and got to be something proud of the team to come back like they did. So again, for Casey, Amber, Jackie, Morgan, Chelsea, Kirsten, Tatiana, and Brianna, and the valiant effort along with Coach Yankee and Coach Paradise. We wish all those sophomores much success as they head on to four-year schools after this year. But a final score here from Jinx Gymnasium on this final day of women's college basketball from Andrew College. For everyone here, George Kuna and Emily Bogus producing here, along with Jarek and Ron on camera, Mark Brown, and everyone else at ACD. And I'm Rudy Radig. We thank you for tuning in. God bless, safe travels, and hopefully you're enjoying the warm weather. We are again. From Cuthbert, Georgia, this is ACDN's broadcast of Region 17 Women's College Basketball. So long and God bless.